Hello everybody, it's your girl Adria from One Rain's Fangirl channel. Welcome back to my channel. I am back here today with another video. So today we're going to be doing something different. I have to tell y'all, I have 3 new upcoming videos. Actually 4 upcoming videos that I'm going to be working on. Like I said, I am still going to upload the Breaking Bad. Why I prefer Breaking Bad over The Sopranos. Why I feel like it's the better show. And why I feel like after I watched it, it became my number one. Even though Sopranos was that for a very long time. Breaking Bad is the best show I've ever seen ever on TV. It's like the best show, period. And like I said, if y'all haven't watched it, please go on Netflix, pay for Netflix, and watch Breaking Bad. You will not be disappointed. I have that video coming out. And I also want to be talking about Total Drama All Stars and why that season completely sucked. And I'm going to be talking about Total Drama Action, the Celebrity Manhunt special episode on how I feel like it really gave World Tour one of the worst castings ever. And then my 4th video coming out, which I'm probably going to do before I do Total Drama and Breaking Bad. I'm going to be writing my top 10 Disney Pixar movies of all time, movies that I feel like are the cream of the crop, movies I feel like that are the nick and cranny of the franchise. To me, I'm going to be doing my top 10, so I'm really looking like excited to do that. But today's video, I'm going to be doing my Dreamworks movies, a top 10. I know some of y'all like to shit on Dreamworks because it's not Disney, it's not Walt Disney, it's not Disney Pixar, but some of y'all sometimes forget DreamWorks dropped some really good ass movies that I feel like some of y'all need to put some more respect on. There are movies on here that I feel like are better than others. So please don't be offended by my list. Be offended. Don't be offended. Y'all know the drill. I really don't give a damn. One thing before I get to this list. So I've never seen How to Train Your Dragon, and I'm pretty sure that will be on some people's list. I've never seen those movies. I have no plans on ever watching them, so they are not on this list. I don't give a damn if some of y'all feel like, oh my god, they should be on this list. They're part of DreamWorks. I get it, but I've never seen How to Train Your Dragon. Ever. And I'm never going to watch them, so it is what it is. Anywho, get to this list. Top 10 DreamWorks movies. Before I get to my number 10 spot, I'm just going to say for honorable mention, because it just couldn't make the list. One of my favorite DreamWorks movies that didn't make the list, I really like Penguins of Madagascar, the movie. I thought Penguins of Madagascar movie was a really good movie. I thought it was funny. And yeah, I feel like some of y'all kind of shit on it. But to me, I feel like that movie was only made because they were so popular in the Madagascar franchise that they had no choice but to put them had no choice but to give them their own movie. So I thought the Penguins of Madagascar movie was cool for what it was. I thought it was great. I thought it was really fucking funny. I thought it was hilarious from the beginning to end. And like I said, it didn't make the list, but this is an honorable mention of a movie that I do like from DreamWorks. Now, let's get to this list. Coming in at number 10 for DreamWorks movies is The Bee Movie. The Bee Movie came out in 2007. Now, I have The Bee Movie at number 10 because I feel like for DreamWorks movies, this probably might be one of those movies I won't put on. Like, I won't watch The Bee Movie. Like, if The Bee Movie is on, I'm going to change it to something else. But the reason why I have it at number 10 is because I actually do like The Bee Movie. I thought it was a really funny movie. The only thing is that the plot was a little, like, over the top with the bees trying to steal the honey back. Like, I feel like they could have done anything else for The Bee Movie, but they chose to do that plot. I'm not hating on it, but I fuck with The Bee Movie because it was really one of those movies I watched a lot growing up. So I really like The Bee Movie. But it's at number 10 because I prefer other movies over it. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. Coming in at number 9 is The Croods. I really enjoyed The Croods movie. I recently just watched this movie, and I really feel like it's a DreamWorks movie that y'all niggas really shit on. I feel like it's a DreamWorks movie that no one really puts enough credit on. I really enjoyed The Croods. I really enjoyed the movie from beginning to end. I thought this movie was really fucking funny. I thought it was really hilarious. That sequel, however, was terrible. The sequel, I feel like, had nothing to do with the original film. And some are going to say, well, the sequel isn't supposed to. In some way, it is, because I look at some sequels that are made in either Disney or the Ice Age, however, and even though I feel like Ice Age 2 sucked, it had something to do with the original movie. Ice Age 2 was telling you how Manny wanted a family, but since he lost his family, he has fear of losing it again. So in some way, the second movie has something to do with the story that was being told in the first one. In the Cruise, the second movie, The New Age, whatever it's called, it has nothing to do with the first one. Nothing. This whole movie is, I feel like, about Eve and God, about them moving away and wanting to live their lives. And I feel like if that's what this whole movie was going to be about, you didn't need to make a sequel for us to sit through that. Not really. I just didn't care about them introducing the new characters, the new family, and the girl who don't ever go outside. Like, I just didn't care. So, The Cruise was a great film. The sequel, however, was bad because it did not tell a story at all other than, okay, Eve wants to go live with the guy that she's in love with. What's the problem? She's getting older. She wants to experience life and she wants to do it with the guy she loves. Why did that have to be the whole fucking storyline for the whole movie? See what I'm saying? So, I put The Cruise at number 9 specifically because it did not follow up to a great sequel. Even though the movie is really good, the first film is really good. I really recommend it to y'all who haven't seen it. It's very funny, a great story. But since that sequel was trash, I had to put it at number 9. I'm sorry to say it, but it is what it is. Coming at number 8 is Monsters vs. Aliens. I recently just watched Monsters vs. Aliens, and I can really say this movie is really funny. It's really a really great film. I like that they did the whole monster thing. I thought the animation was top tier. I thought like the action scenes and things like that, I thought they were top notch. I thought this movie was just funny for real. Like, this movie felt like it felt like what they do in Cars a little bit, like how it's like adventures and stuff like that, and it's not really over the top, like it's no emotional story like how other Dreamworks movies are or how other Disney movies are. I like that they did something different, and Monsters vs. Aliens was a really good movie. And like I said, this is a movie in Dreamworks that niggas forget was really like one of them ones. Like, Monsters vs. Aliens came out in 2009. I really feel like this movie should have had a sequel. I'm not going to even cap. I feel like Monsters vs. Aliens should have had a sequel. Like, no shit. I can't really believe that it doesn't have a sequel, because I feel like the movie is really good, and I feel like it was popular when it came out. Now all of a sudden niggas got older, they don't remember how good certain movies are. Like, stop fucking with me. Monsters vs. Aliens is one of them ones. I fuck with Monsters vs. Aliens. So yeah, it's not number 8 because I fuck with it, and it's really a good movie, and it should have had a sequel. Period. You got movies in Dreamworks that got way too much movies, and you got movies that haven't got a sequel yet that I would really love to see. Monster vs. Aliens should have got a sequel. I don't care. Monster vs. Aliens should have got a sequel. I don't care. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again. Monster vs. Aliens should have had a sequel. This movie came out in 2009. We're in the year of 2025. Yeah, it should have had a sequel on everything I love. Stop fucking with me. So, yeah, Monster vs. Aliens comes at number 8. In case y'all didn't hear where the other movies coming in, I'm going to say it one more time. Coming in at number 10 was the B movie. Coming in at number 9 was The Cruise. Coming in at number 8 was Monster vs. Aliens. Coming in at number 7 is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. This movie came out in 2022. Now, I was very shocked that this movie made my list because, actually I'm not shocked, because when I watched this movie, I really, really enjoyed it. I liked the story they were telling. Even though it wasn't all that funny, and you know what, I wasn't really expecting it to be funny because I feel like Puss in Boots, his first movie, wasn't funny. I feel like his movie was really hard on storytelling, which I really, really enjoyed. Even though Puss in Boots, his first movie, is okay, it's a tad bit boring. I feel like once he sit down and tell you what his life story is, the movie is just all about Kitty soft paws and Humpty Dumpty trying to get the magic beans from Jack in jail. I feel like it just got boring because it's like it was just on this long road of getting these magic beans and it just didn't go anywhere. But I did enjoy Puss telling his story on how he was an orphan. He grew up in an orphanage and how he met Dumpty and how he got boots and he didn't want to steal anymore. And Humpty Dumpty was mad at him for turning his back on him. He felt like he betrayed him. And how when they was running from the police, Humpty Dumpty fell and Puss ran away from the police. He a wanted man. Like, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Puss telling his story. Like, I feel like those movies was very heavy on storytelling instead of it being funny. And then Puss in Boots' Last Wish, it kind of hit like a little harder. Like, it didn't feel like a kid's movie because they're talking about death in here. They're talking about how people take their life for granted, which is something Puss was doing. Like, Puss got a really big ego. His head got big. He became a really extremely cocky, and he started wasting his 9 lives just doing stupid shit. And then you have Death, who is a wolf, who is hands down the greatest Dreamworks villain. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Death was a really good villain, and he really gives any villain in Dreamworks a run for their motherfucking money. He is the greatest villain in Dreamworks. His motive, his voice acting, his look, the way he tormented Puss, top tier. 10, 10, 10, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Like, the moment he showed up, he had so much aura. And the animation in Puss in Boots' Last Wish was top tier. Like, the animation looked great. It looked like a graphic novel. It looked like you were reading a page after page in a graphic novel. So Puss in Boots' Last Wish is a really good movie. The Rotten Tomatoes score is very well deserved. I didn't think Puss needed a sequel, but his sequel shut us all the fuck up who felt like he didn't need one. So this movie is on my list for greatest Dreamworks movies of all time. Puss in Boots' Last Wish coming at number 7. It was just that damn good. I feel like this movie told a great story, great character development, great characters, great animation, great plot, just great. Only thing this movie was funny, which, like I said, I wasn't expecting it to be funny because Puss in Boots movies was always driven on storytelling, which I like. So for that, 10 out of 10. Puss in Boots comes at number 7. Hold on, let me take a sip. Oh, this is juice. Ugh. Coming in at number 6 is Madagascar. Now, I don't care what nobody say. I love Madagascar. And when I look up Madagascar on Google, Madagascar has like a 50-something Rotten Tomatoes score, and I'm very confused on that. Does it have the best animation? No. But I like Madagascar because it's funny. It's funny. Like, I like that it's over the top. Like, Madagascar is one of DreamWorks' best movies ever. Like, y'all can't sit here and say that it's not. Madagascar, from beginning to end, was a really good movie. I liked the whole movie. I thought the movie was funny as hell. Them trying to get Marty when they was when they was on the train and all that, like, bro, all that shit was funny. In the train station and all the police was coming and animal control. That's like one of the funniest scenes in the entire franchise. Like, excuse me, hands down. Madagascar to me would definitely be on my top 5 list for DreamWorks movies because I feel like it's one of the best movies to be in their company. Like, Madagascar came out in 2005, and whenever I watch Madagascar, I can't believe how older I am because that movie is really old. Like, this movie came out in 2005. That's what I'm saying. Animation at the time wasn't the greatest. They had to do what they had to do. So I don't care about the animation. I liked the story for Madagascar. Madagascar 2, I like that too. Madagascar 3, I like it. I like all the Madagascar movies. I feel like they're all great in their own way and they all tell a good story in their own way. Madagascar is a good ass franchise, and at this point, I feel like it's definitely underrated. Y'all niggas sleep on Madagascar. Like, cut it out. Really, the foolishness is really like, what the fuck is y'all doing? Everybody, y'all know the niggas who listen to this, y'all know y'all used to sit down and watch Madagascar. So for y'all to try to shit on it, it's crazy. I don't fuck with that energy at all. Like I said, Madagascar come at number 6. We reaching the top 5 spot, y'all. Coming in at number 5 is Flush Away. I absolutely love Flush Away. I cannot believe how underrated this movie is. Flush Away is underrated as fuck. Flush Away had a good story, top-notch scenes, a funny-ass villain. This movie is hilarious as fuck. Every time I watch Flush Away, I be crying. My stomach be hurting because this movie is fucking hilarious. I love the story of Flush Away. Flush Away is one of them ones. Flush Away is one of the best movies that Dreamworks has ever made. And I love the animation. Like, y'all niggas really sleep on Flush Away. And I think Flush Away came out in 2006. Let me check real quick, because I know I'm right. Flush Away indeed came out in 2006. Yes, Flush Away came out in 2006. The Rotten Tomatoes score ain't bad. The Rotten Tomatoes score is a 72. It could be a little higher than that because this movie is not bad at all. It's not. Like, I enjoy this movie all around, and it's definitely an underrated movie from DreamWorks. I really feel like there's some really movies in DreamWorks that's underrated. I'm not sure why. Like I said, it could be because Disney is indeed more popular. But I feel like some of y'all tend to forget DreamWorks was really, really trying their best with the movies that they were making. And not all of them are bad. There are some that just are better than others. And I feel like Flush Away will be on my list, hands down. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. I could watch this movie and then turn it off and put the shit on again. So yes, Flush Away is in my top 5 because it deserves to be in the top 5. I don't give a fuck how none of y'all feel. Coming in at number 4 is Kung Fu Panda and Kung Fu Panda 2. Yes, I put them both at number 4 instead of just putting them in different spots of the list. That's just stupid. Kung Fu Panda is a great movie. Fuck great. A phenomenal movie. Kung Fu Panda told an amazing story. Great character development. I get goosebumps when I watch Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda had some of the best scenes. The fight scene with Tai Lung versus the Furious Five on the bridge, top tier. The scene with Tai Lung fight Master Shifu, top tier. The scene where Furious Five are like all together going to go after Tai Lung, the shot where they all was like in the air and the moon was able to capture all their figures, top tier. The scene where Master Shifu was teaching Kung Fu Panda how to train, top tier. Like, y'all, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this movie because this movie was just top tier. Like, this movie is top tier. Kung Fu Panda is one of them ones. Kung Fu Panda is one of them ones. Do not fuck with him. Kung Fu Panda is one of them ones. Kung Fu Panda was a great fucking movie. Great movie. Man, I could watch Kung Fu Panda over and over again. I didn't watch this movie like a lot. Because it's just that damn good. And Kung Fu Panda 2 had one of the greatest sequels ever. The Kung Fu Panda 2 is a great fucking movie. When I tried to watch it the first time, I said it was boring. But I didn't allow myself to actually enjoy the movie. And Kung Fu Panda 2 always was one of those movies I feel like growing up that I just never really gave a fuck about. Because I remember being at my grandmother's house and it would always play on TV. I'd be at my grandma's house and that movie was always on. I turn the bitch off and go to a different movie because I did not want to watch Kung Fu Panda 2 because I feel like this movie is going to suck. It's not going to be like the original. So me and my sister actually sat our asses down. We watched Kung Fu Panda 2 and that movie was fucking great. It wasn't as funny as the first one, but storyline and villain, top tier. Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2 had some of the greatest villains in DreamWorks. Tai Lung was a top-notch villain. Laura Shin, top-notch villain. Laura Shin was a great villain. I cannot believe. Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2 was not fucking around. They came to played. Rent was due when they made Kung Fu Panda and Kung Fu Panda 2. Kung Fu Panda and Kung Fu Panda 2 deserve all the credit in the world because those movies are fucking amazing. However, Kung Fu Panda 3 and 4, those movies absolutely suck. I ain't gonna get into it, but for Kung Fu Panda to have so many movies, they was doing too much. Doing entirely too much. I feel like 3 was telling the same story as the second one, and the fourth one, I have no clue what the fuck they were doing. They were just doing too much. But as far as I'm concerned, Kung Fu Panda and Kung Fu Panda 2 come at the number 4 spot because it deserves to be there. Coming at number 3 is motherfucking Shark Tales. Shark Tales is one of my favorite movies in Dreamworks. This movie is so underrated. I cannot believe how underrated it is. I just watched this movie before they took it off Netflix. Shark Tales has such a good story, some good character development, and this movie is funny as hell. My stomach was hurting. I was crying because I was just laughing so hard. This movie is funny as hell. Sykes, that nigga Sykes is funny as fuck in Shark Tales. Y'all are tripping. That Rotten Tomato score for Shark Tales is a little too harsh. It's a little too harsh. It's baffling because I'm starting to think at this point this movie is starting to become a punching bag. That movie isn't even all that bad for it to have the Rotten Tomato score that it has. But that's a rant for another day. But I don't give a fuck how none of y'all feel. Shark Tales is here to stay. To me, in my opinion, I feel like it's one of the greatest DreamWorks movies to ever be made. I don't give a fuck. And then coming in at number 2, we have Shrek and Shrek 2. What can I say? Shrek and Shrek 2 is by far some of the greatest movies to ever be made in DreamWorks. Shrek is a top-notch, amazing movie. Top-notch. Shrek had a good story, good character development, and a good-ass soundtrack. And then Shrek 2 just upped the movie up a little bit. The Shrek 2 told a beautiful story about love. Told a beautiful story about how you might not feel like you're not good enough for your partner. Shrek's character was top notch, really good in Shrek 2. Him and Fiona's chemistry was top notch, top tier. Shrek 1 and Shrek 2 is one of the best movies to ever be made in DreamWorks. Top notch. I love Shrek and Shrek 2. Period. Yes, Shrek and Shrek 2 are in my top 2. They don't deserve nowhere else to be on this list but in top 2. I don't give a fuck. And then coming at number 1, my favorite DreamWorks movie of all time is Over the Hedge. I am trying to figure out why didn't this movie ever get a sequel. Over the Hedge is one of the greatest DreamWorks movies to ever be made. This movie is so funny. It is so friendly and so funny. I love in the soundtrack. Over the Hedge has one of the greatest soundtracks ever. All the songs on Over the Hedge are bops. Tell me that they're not. Over the Hedge has some of the greatest songs ever. I was singing to all the songs on the soundtrack whenever I watched this movie. It's on Netflix. I done watched it damn near numerous of times since they put it on Netflix. Yes, Over the Hedge is my favorite DreamWorks movie of all time. It should have gotten a sequel. I don't know why it didn't. Character development, top tier. Animation, top tier. Funniness, top tier. Over the Hedge is a really good ass movie. It's underrated as fuck, and I'm over it. So yes, it deserves to be in my number 1 spot. So there y'all got it, y'all. That is my top 10 list for DreamWorks movies. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a Disney Pixar list for my top 10 movies. I'm also going to be making a cartoon list of my top 10 favorite cartoons of all time. Cream of the crop. It's going to be the cream of the crop list, the nanny cranny of the list. But that's all I got for today. See y'all next time.